How's it going? Welcome to the show. This week we are talking about Harrison Ford, People Magazine's sexiest man of the year every year since 1998, I believe. I know they didn't put him on the cover every year, but it's they're not going to just keep doubling and doing it every year for him. They have to move on. It's you know, they don't want it to get old like Harrison Ford never does, So he's the man of the night as well. We'll be talking all about Harrison Ford and his movies. Who's with us on YouTube? If you're hanging out, you're watching, give us a shout out in the comments there. Let us know that you're hanging out, and feel free to give us a thumbs up as well if you would like. That'd be great. We have a bunch of great friends of ours, very funny comics that are joining us to debate Harrison Ford tonight. So I'm just going to go around the room and say hi to everybody and see how they're doing. So we have our good friend John Farrell with us tonight. Hey, John, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, dude. Thanks for having me on celebrating Harrison Ford, man. I really appreciate it.
Of course. It's good to see you again, and I'm excited to see all of the Harrison Ford passion that you bring to the show tonight.
I got a lot of anger and a lot of joy. We're going to see it.
All right. We also have our friend Nick Martucci with us. Hey, Nick, how are you?
Hey, Sean, doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Also, did you have some of the trivia stuff or
yeah. No, I got the whole thing open.
Awesome. So you have some sort of extra Harrison Ford trivia tonight for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. You want me to talk about that now or wait till later?
Yeah, if you just want to explain it just for us.
Yeah, so in between rounds, I got this game that I've been playing that is based on the IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. They have parental guides on every movie, just lists of user-submitted objectionable material in movies, and it's written by insane people. So what I got here that we're going to be doing between rounds, I got 5 clues. All the movies are going to be Harrison Ford movies. I'm going to go from the most far off kind of clue about a Harrison Ford movie, and it's going to get easier and easier and easier. So you should be able to figure it out by one. Once we play, it's gonna be a good time.
Nice, sounds great. We'll do that in between while people are voting on each round, and should be a lot of fun. We also have our good friend Wayne Maston with us tonight. Hey, Wayne, how's it going?
Good, John. How are you? How are things in Tennessee?
Great. What's the background that you got up there?
That's actually a scene from The Mosquito Coast, which is my favorite Harrison Ford movie.
Oh, all right.
I think the character that he plays reminds me a lot of me. He's this guy who decides to pack up his family, move to an island off of the coast of Honduras, and sell ice cubes to the islanders.
Ice cubes?
Yeah, ice cubes. He invents this amazing giant ice cube machine.
Well, that's the entrepreneurial spirit that we're looking for.
Yep.
For sure. Was that a sequel to The Fugitive? It's
no, this is one of his earlier movies.
Okay, I thought he was that's where he ran away to afterwards or something.
No, I think this is before he ever ran into the U.S. Marshals.
Oh yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. That's right.
What's noticeable, I think, is most notable about this movie is it's the first speaking part that Jason Alexander has.
Ah, all right, yeah.
Yeah, he plays this stock clerk in an auto parts store, and Harrison Ford just tears him a new one.
All right.
About how come I'm buying all this stuff from Japan and China?
Okay. America. He's an angry man. I get it.
Yes, he's an angry man.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I look forward to hearing more about this movie as the night goes on. We also have our friend Vaden Jones with us tonight. Hey, Vaden, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Is it warming up in Tennessee?
Yeah, today was a little bit cold, but we've had a few days that were mid 60s, upper 60s, so it's pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Pretty good. getting settled into the new place and everything. I'm excited to talk about Harrison Ford since I've actually met him once. And
Nice.
that was a fun time. And I just want to bring honor to the man who gave me like one of the biggest tips I've ever had. So
Oh, this was like while you were working, you were serving him?
yeah, so I work for this like upscale restaurant where you have to wear like a suit and tie and like dress pants and everything.
Mhm.
And he was staying at the hotel next door, and he just came in and was sitting at the bar by himself. I guess he was working, like had some convention that week or something. But like we have this dress code where you have to wear a suit and a tie and dress pants, and he was wearing like a blue jean jacket and like blue jeans, just very casual. And I had to go up to him and tell him, excuse me, Mr. Ford, uh, you can do whatever you want, but there is a dress code, and you have to at least wear a tie. And
Yeah.
he looked around and said, "Oh, is that why everyone's looking at me?"
That's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
man.
he he is in person who you think he is in person.
I love that he just rolls in a Canadian tuxedo and you're like, yeah, Harrison Ford's here right now. That's great. But yeah, I agree. Like he should be able to wear whatever he wants. You're not going to kick Harrison Ford out of your restaurant.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna shoot first.
Yeah, I mean, we know he shoots first, right? I watched that scene the other night, and it's so obvious. All right, we also have our friend Carrie Coughlin with us. Hey, Carrie, how's it going?
Hey, pretty swell. How are you? You're probably
Great.
gonna answer that 9 times.
It's always nice to be asked. What's the background you got going here?
Oh, this is a contentious opinion, but Blade Runner, I think, is the best Harrison Ford movie, even though Rutger Hauer is arguably the best person in that movie. But yeah, it's Harrison Ford and Blade Runner, which is my favorite thing. He's
All
done.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get around to watching that one of these days, but I know everybody keeps telling me. But wait, is it long? Is that why I've been avoiding it? Is it a
It
long
is
movie?
long, and it can
See,
get a
that's
little
why.
heady sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, I hate heady movies. I just want them to be fun, just fun,
It's a
quick.
lot of action, though. I think they balance it pretty well. So
Okay. Maybe I can handle it. Maybe I can get through it. But yeah, all right. Maybe we'll hear some more about Blade Runner tonight too. We also have our friend Hallie Griffin with us tonight. Hey, Hallie, how's it going?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
Really predicted.
So, what's your favorite Harrison Ford movie or moment?
Working Girl by far.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I don't think people are going to bring that up enough tonight, so I just want to get it out of the way right now. Working Girl, his best movie.
All right. So, you're gonna just talk about Working Girl tonight, and that's it, or are you?
No, I'm going to talk about everything else, but I just want to bring it up.
Okay. Cool. I haven't seen it. I'll assume that it's kind of similar to Blade Runner.
Pretty close.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We also have our friend Lloyd Legacy Sharp with us. Hey, Lloyd.
Hi.
What's happening, man?
I'm getting old.
Hey, happy birthday, Lloyd.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah, it happened. It's great.
Yeah. Aren't we all getting old? You know what? It's like back in April, my birthday's in April, and I was like, man, I'm going to be one of the few people that has to spend my birthday in quarantine in like this weird lockdown state. Because like back then, everybody was like, this will be like 2 months or something. Nope. Wait, were we already there at this point last year, Lloyd? Is this your second birthday under this?
This is technically my first, because at this time last year it was getting there, but the lockdown hadn't started yet.
Okay.
Like I think by this point I think I did like 2 comedy shows like after this day before the pandemic started last year.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So hey, happy birthday! Now you've gotten to experience what everybody else in the world has by this point, and that's having a birthday without being allowed to do anything.
Hopefully the last. It's like childhood all over again.
All right, and we also have our friend Ken Green with us tonight. Hey, Ken, how's it going?
It's very weird. It is 1:30 in the morning here. And I was saying, well, they won't. If I fell asleep right now, they wouldn't. They'd be fine. I said, no, you know what? I'm gonna gut it out. I'm gonna stay up. Yeah. So it's 1:30 and we're up. So if I'm starting not making any sense more than usual, then I'm a little punchy and stuff. But yeah, I'm doing it. We're here. It's
Yeah.
very strange.
I appreciate you making it here. I told you when I messaged you and you told me the time difference between
Yeah.
where we're at and where you're at. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, look, like we'd love to have you, but don't feel like obligated. But you know what? I like to see where this is gonna go with a little bit of like, sleepy Ken on the case. Seeing...
Well, I have several other things I'm gonna have to do because time wise, like at 7:30, it's a couple of play things coming up, and they have to be done at 7:30 Boston time. So this is a warm up. This is I appreciate the warm up you give me here. Teach me what I need to do. So, and I think one thing I'm gonna do now is like go to sleep a little earlier at 7, and then get a little sleep and stuff because we're pushing a little bit. But other than that, it's fine. It's nobody's wearing masks around here. No, they don't. And it's not like they're doing it to be like MAGA. We're not gonna. We don't. They just don't do it. They're just like, yeah, well, okay, no, never mind. That's not for me. And then it's like and you see somebody with a mask walking around. It's like seeing like you give them like the little nod, like, yeah, we know. But other than that, no, they don't. Not much. So.
Okay. And have they had a major problem with COVID there, or is it?
Well, they just put out the word this week that they may be thinking they're going into like a third wave of it or something. So we've been limiting exposure going out and stuff like that. But yeah, they were the first one to have the biggest problem. They said, you know what, we're just gonna let everybody do what they want, let nature run its course, and nature said, fuck you, I'm gonna take you all down, and it just fucked them all up. So yeah, it's they've been working on it. They made it so you have to wear masks on the train now, but we just wear them wherever we go. So yeah.
Sure, yeah, you're bringing that American culture where
Yep, that's it. I'm complaining about the size of the portions of the food here. I'm doing all that good stuff. So yeah.
I mean, look, I'm gonna wear a mask, but then when I take it off, I want a ton of food to eat.
You call this a hamburger? Look at this stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
All right. Also, right before we get started, the background that you have here, what are we looking at behind
that is the best Indiana Jones movie, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's the best one, without question. I like what's the one with the replicants? I can't think of the name. But I love Blade Runner and all that stuff like that. But this is the best one. Action, everything else is best. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Temple of Doom was my favorite Indiana Jones because I watched it at the right time in my childhood where I was so young and I watched that guy like reach in and pull out somebody's heart that it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. I was like, is that what happens in other places around the world?
That's they did it. They did it here yesterday. It was a guy walking down the street, and it's like, and you would think Stockholm would be a little more cultural, but no, they just like right on the streets pulled this guy's heart out. So I don't know. Well,
but you like it there, right? You like it in Stockholm?
Yeah, it's not. The people are okay. Everybody speaks English, which we try. I did Duolingo for a few months. I'm like, this is never gonna stick. So I'm like, I gave up. I know the words for beer and sandwich is pretty much it. Which that's all I really need actually.
Yeah. So, what else would you need?
I don't know. Beer and sandwich. I'm set. That's it. But they're nice people. Yeah, there you go. That's it. But yeah, people are nice, and we walked around a lot of old buildings, and they're nice, and they speak English and they help. And so far, it's only been like a week. So, and we got 5 months we're gonna be here, so we'll see.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll see if you don't. Maybe you won't like it by the end. Maybe it will be like a reverse Stockholm syndrome thing that happens.
I will convince them that their country sucks. I'll do the flip on that stuff. Yeah. So just watch out. Yeah.
All right, let's get started with the debate. First up tonight, we have Hallie Griffin and Liz Esty. Liz isn't here, so Hallie wins. Hooray!
I debate Stevie.
what a great first round.
Okay.
So second up, we have Wayne Masson and Carrie Coughlin. So Wayne, would you like to go first or second?
Oh, I think I'll go second.
Second, okay. So Carrie, your question is from Nick Martucci, and he asks, what is the more desirable thing about Indiana Jones? Is it his worldwide adventuring or his tenured position as a college professor that allows him to leave whenever he wants with no repercussions?
You know, this is a really hard decision that I feel like I'm gonna have to go with worldwide adventuring, because coupled with all of Indiana Jones's other talents of just faking it and making it, I think that he doesn't need that stability of a tenured professor position, and I think that that pioneering spirit of his is a big part of his allure, and he wouldn't be Indiana Jones without it, quite frankly. So I feel like that is the whole argument in itself. So time.
Well, I think having been both a worldwide adventurer when I used to be a spy and having also been a tenured professor, I think that I would much rather opt for the tenured professorship. Because when you're a tenured professor, you can thumb your nose at everybody and you're not going to get fired. You're still going to get paid and you can do whatever you want. You have students who come to you, who you hold their lives in your hands. You can, if you want to, you can fail them and it will be on their permanent record forever. Or you can pass them, or you can give them something else in between, So being a tenured professor, you get a nice plushy office, which if you don't feel like going there, you don't have to go there again because you're tenured. You can get a whole bunch of grad students to teach all your classes for you because you're tenured. It's awesome. When you're a worldwide adventurer, you have to sleep in nasty places sometimes. And, you don't necessarily have that grad student to do all your head.
Well, Indiana Jones, as just his tenured professor position, without that just being the first 30 seconds of any movie, I would say is then he wouldn't be Indiana Jones. The man's a shark. He needs to keep moving. I think he would, at rest, that he would die. Like his spirit would die. So even though that I do give it to you that there is some allure to that stability, like that's not what he needs. People.
Hey, but as a tenured professor, he's not going to be at rest because he's going to be taking those sabbaticals. He's going to be off traveling around the world on a sabbatical. And if he wants to, he can get a visiting professorship at another place and they'll pay him double. Like the guy that I studied with at BU, he was a professor at Helsinki and he was a professor in Boston. And you never knew where he was going to be. Indiana Jones, the same thing. You never know where he's going to be. He's a tenured professor. He gets to go where he wants and do what he wants. And nobody tells him no.
All right, a lot of good points here, and there's no way that I could choose a winner, so it's going to be up to you, the audience, to pick your winner. Head into the voting link right below this video in the description on YouTube where it says voting link. Then you're one simple click away from voting. All you have to do is get into that website, give us your social security number, first name, last name, email. I don't know when this joke's gonna get old, but I'm gonna do it every week. I just love it. It's so much fun to do. I just assume we have different people watching every week and that they're not tired of it. Anyways, while people are voting, why don't we do some of this little IMDb game that we have with Nick Martucci tonight?
Okay, cool. Let's jump into this. I'm going to do this free-for-all style, so if you know the answer, raise your hand at any point. And I didn't say, there are 5 categories of, objectionable material on IMDb. There's violence and gore, there's sex and nudity, there's profanity, there's frightening and intense scenes, and there's drugs, alcohol, and smoking. So I'll tell you what category this comes from. So we're going to do one movie right now. Let's see how it goes. Under violence and gore, lots of punching and kicking, literally. Some characters are shown bloody after a fight, but survive just fine. All right, let's move on. Under violence and gore, a man punches another man in the nose, just as he promised. Nobody?
Like
All right. Under
every
sex and nudity, it is revealed that a character was born out of wedlock. Okay. Under frightening and intense scenes, the death count isn't as much as the previous films in this series.
Oh,
Oh, Hallie,
The Empire Strikes Back.
not The Empire Strikes
Damn it.
Back. All right. This one's going to give it away. Oh, Ken, you want to guess?
Oh, the what's the second Indiana Jones Temple of Doom?
Not Temple of Doom. I think the death count's higher on that one.
Really? Oh, okay.
All right. Under violence and gore, some violent/creepy themes, including Russians killing Americans and disrupting corpses to find an alien skull made entirely of crystal. I saw Vaden.
Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Vaden. You're muted, Vaden.
I think Wayne might have already gotten it, but I was gonna go with Con Air, which I now realize is Nicolas Cage.
All right, real quick, raise your hand. Wayne.
Must be Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's it.
Okay, that's why nobody knew the answer, because nobody saw that movie.
Yeah.
We all saw that movie and we loved it. The aliens are my
sorry,
favorite part of
Nick.
Indiana Jones.
Wait, the body count was low in that movie? I thought I could have. Okay, all right. I guess I have to see that again.
I don't know. I saw it once.
All right, I'll check it out again. Unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to Sean.
I had not seen it, but I will say that when you said like a man punches a man in the face just as he promised, I was like, that feels like it could be any Harrison Ford movie.
Yeah.
Like,
That's probably him at least a couple of days a week.
yeah, right. He's all about fulfilling promises. So, a man of his word. So the results are in, votes are in for this round, and our winner is Carrie Coughlin. So Carrie will be moving on to the
Thank you.
next round. And next up, we have a classic rivalry between Lloyd Legacy Sharp, the birthday boy, Lloyd Legacy Sharp, and Vaden Jones.
Oh,
And they both have belts tonight. So, Lloyd, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second, Sean.
Okay. Vaden, your question is from Ken Green, and he wants to know, who's the better Harrison Ford life partner? Is it Callista Flockhart or Chewbacca?
It's definitely Chewbacca, because I know Chewbacca and Harrison Ford have been through so much together. And I know the movie wasn't that bad. It wasn't the best Star Wars movie. We didn't cry when Harrison Ford was killed by his own son in Star Wars, but we definitely cried when we heard Chewbacca cry. That's a partnership that is everlasting. And the bond between Harrison Ford and Chewbacca is undeniable. And I don't even remember what movie you're referencing with the other. Who was the other person?
Callista Flockhart?
Yeah, I don't care. Whoever she is, she's not Chewbacca.
I agree. Todd, Lloyd, you're up.
The very fact that he admitted that it may not have been the best Star Wars movie, is why Chewbacca is not the right choice. You don't have to know who the other person that you don't care about is, because if you are going to put Harrison Ford alongside somebody in a Star Wars movie that is less than memorable, not enough people are going to want to watch it to be able to appreciate the Chewbacca Harrison Ford tandem in the first place. So by the very fact that I cannot take certain kinds of movies long enough to appreciate the moments that they give me that I have to suffer through to get to the good stuff, not Chewbacca. Sorry. Not that it ain't good, but it ain't worth it. Not Chewbacca. Time.
Is that time?
That's time.
Okay. What movie was the Callista Flockhart? What movie was that they did to get? What was that? I just know that Harrison Ford and Chewbacca did 4 movies together, and they all they stole the hearts of an entire generation. Where again, what role did she have when she was with?
Okay, if you don't even know who the other person is, are you qualified to compare the two? Because sure, everybody knows about Chewbacca and Harrison Ford. Everybody also knows about 9/11. Not everybody's a fan of it. So are you qualified to say that one's better than the other if you don't know the other? And no, not others in a political sense. I'm talking about movies. Time.
Wow.
Time. All right. So many good points here, I just couldn't decide, but luckily we have you to choose for us. So go into the description where it says voting link. Just click on that and you can vote for either Lloyd Legacy Sharp or Vaden Jones. And one of them will get to keep their belt and the other one will have to give it to the other person. And next time one of them is on the show, I'm sure they'll be carrying 2 belts or no belts, depending on who it is. And I would say that Callista Flockhart and Harrison Ford, the one that they work together on it's one of the later Star Wars movies. And it's where when Harrison Ford was Han Solo was being prosecuted for shooting first and Ally McBeal was defending him. It was a crossover episode and it was a lot of fun. Anyways, vote.
That's not canon because Disney bought Star Wars.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't count. Okay, I got it. And while people are voting, why don't we do some more trivia? Nick Martucci, take it away.
All right, let's try this one. Under Sex and Nudity, there is a scene where a man and a woman kiss. All right. Under Violence and Gore, the violence is constant, but mostly mild and non-graphic. Yeah, it's most Harrison Ford movies.
Yeah.
Under Violence and Gore, a man is tortured off screen. Though the very first bits of the treatment, the man being placed face first into a sparkling electric device, are depicted, we hear audible screams from the outside of the closed doorway to the torture room. Vaden, were you raising the belt? Were you just happy to...
I was talking shit to Lloyd, sorry.
Oh, awesome. All right, move on. Violence and Gore. The back of a man's horribly scarred head, enough to be bald, is briefly shown. Ken.
I'm gonna keep guessing it till I get it right, but there's gotta be the one with the kids. What I just say? What's the answer I gave last? And then Jones and the Temple of Doom. Not Temple of Doom.
It's still not Temple of Doom.
Come on, it's gotta be at some point. It's gonna be Temple of Doom.
Wayne.
I'm thinking it's The Empire Strikes Back.
It is The Empire Strikes Back. And for fun, let's go with the last one. Under Violence and Gore, a man's hand is cut off by his opponent in an intense, prolonged lightsaber duel. Both participants are generally battered and injured. That's Empire Strikes Back.
Oh boy.
The thing is, even after that last clue, I would have been like one of the Star Wars.
This is like
So-
Wheel of Fortune in a really funny way. Like when it's just obvious.
Yeah, it is.
I
Except
vowel?
we need to get Pat Sajak on here because he's actually I hear he's not a great guy. Okay, he's no Alex Trebek, R.I.P. Okay, the votes are in and the results. Oh, in a close one. In a close one here, our winner is Vaden Jones.
That's right. The trash belt still stands.
Vaden had his arm up before I even announced it, and I was so tempted to say Lloyd, even though clearly everybody here can read what it is, what the results were. Okay, so our next matchup is between Ken Green and John Farrell. So Ken, would you like to go first or second?
Oh boy. Considering how punchy I am right now, I need a few seconds, so I'll go second. Yeah, to wake
Okay.
up. So.
All right, cool. Second. So, should we do the Ken Green question or should we skip to the next one? and
Yes,
do the
you
we should do the Jared Palapple question so that Ken doesn't get his own question. So we'll go, to the fourth question on here, which is from Jared Palapple, and he asks, at 78 years old, would you rather be booked to play Indiana Jones again, stunts and all, or be booked for a Star Wars convention where you cannot leave until you answer every question fans have?
Oh, easy. The Star Wars convention. You get to let a bunch of fucking dorks know who's bossing it. Tell them what's you want the Indiana Jones to be a stupid professor? You gotta pretend you know stuff about archaeology. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, sure, you're getting paid in either one, but you get to get a union type pay and just tell all these people who are afraid to make eye contact with you because you're Han Solo what the deal is. And you get to make a bunch of stuff up too. And plus, as we know, Harrison Ford loves improv. He could just start making stuff up. The Millennium Falcon, not real. It was all your imagination. Darth Vader, I don't know, not that bad of a guy if you got to know him personally. If you really sat down and asked him a couple questions, he's just trying his best. We all make mistakes in life, and some of us are forced to wear a cloak because of it. And Harrison Ford, he could answer all those questions. Plus, what's he got to do really? He's 78. What's he going to do anyways? He used to be a carpenter. He's not going to just start.
Oh boy. Well, as the brother and friend to a lot of I don't want to call them nerds, but that's what they are. They're nerds. They went to a lot of those shows. Yeah, I'd rather be chased by a giant concrete ball through a tiny little hole than be chased down a hall by a bunch of guys waving autograph pads and asking me like, what size hat did I wear in the first movie? And was it different in the second movie? And also, we think the color is premium brown, but in other movies it looks like it's what an alternative blue or something like that, and all this little minutia stuff. Yeah, just throw me off a plane. Throw snakes at my face. I don't care. Shove me down a pit. I don't care. I'm 75 years old. What else am I gonna do with this body? It's gone. But yeah, being trapped in a room answering nerd questions ad infinitum all day long. No, I'll pass on that. Because half the time you don't know the answer. And the worst thing about you can sit there and an old man. You ever seen an old man get asked a question he doesn't want to answer? That's horrifying. He'll just grumble out some answer. The kids are mad. He's pissed off. They're crying. The parents of the kids are mad. The grown men are there. They're mad and stuff. Yeah.
There's no issue with that. I'd be loving a bunch of dorks asking me for my autographs. Yeah, I'll sign everything. You know what this autograph's worth now? Significantly less than the last one. This thing is going down with price. The more I would love that. It would be fucking awesome. Plus, you can also do other stuff. I don't know. You can start. You're 70 years old. You might as well start stretching. You can do that stuff. Like, hey, dork, let me stretch. I'll answer all the goddamn questions you want. Whatever you want. I'll answer a Blade Runner question. Sure. It seems like an easy gig. Why wouldn't you want to do it? You can just I don't know. Yeah, you can answer what color hat.
Time.
You know whose autograph is worth a lot? The 80-year-old man who willingly jumps out of off a dam into like water below and dies. His autograph's worth a lot. The guy sitting behind a folding table desk, William Shatner. You think his autograph he's given it out to 50 million people. The value goes down. No, I'll be one more Harrison Ford thing. I'll crash on a plane. I'll look for that one-armed man and jump out of a window and all that. I'm 80 years old. I'm going to blaze of glory, not being chased by some guy looking like me, asking for like another autograph. No, that's okay.
All right. A lot of good points here, but there's no way that I could choose on my own. So I'm going to need you, the audience, to make the decision for me. Head into the poll right below where it says voting link. Click on that and you can vote for either John Farrell or Ken Green. And while the voting's happening, let's turn it back over to Nick Martucci.
All right, let's do another one of these. Under sex and nudity, a brief passing reference to prostitutes and some other possible references.
Working Girl?
Not Working Girl.
Blade Runner.
Not Blade Runner. All right. Violence and gore. Several soldiers sneak into a building at night and shoot several men dead. Bloody.
Working Girl.
It is Working Girl this time. Okay, frightening and intense scenes. The whole movie is rather suspenseful and dark, with characters playing a cat and mouse game.
You can't tell me this isn't Working Girl.
This should be. I didn't look at Working Girl. Spoiler.
Is it
This
What
might
Lies
be all
Beneath?
of the same
No.
shit. Okay. Under violence and gore, a plane crashes into the ocean and explodes.
Con Air.
Sabrina.
That would be
6
good.
days, 7 nights.
Oh,
On the tip of my tongue.
Air Force One.
Air Force One. Vaden gets it. Under violence and gore, a group of 6 Russian men take over an airplane and shoot a lot of innocent people, including other U.S. Secret Service agents and military personnel.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Now that's the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Wayne, this is Working Girl. We've established that.
Wait, at first, I was thinking it was 6 days, 7 nights again.
Yep.
Again?
Well, when you said it was a plane crash, I thought it was just Harrison Ford's real life.
Makes sense.
Again,
I thought it
yes.
was Thursday.
Harrison Ford brings a lot of himself in every role.
Okay. All right. So we got that one. Yeah. So who got it? Vaden?
Vaden got it.
Yeah, that was me.
Sweet. Okay. And we've got the results from this last debate. And our winner is Ken Green. So Ken Green is moving on to the next round. Sorry, Ken, you have to stay up a little bit longer.
It's
That's why
literally
we
why
voted
I
for you.
voted
We
for
want
him.
to see you melt down.
People are voting for
Just
Ken
torture.
to just see how long he can stay up.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a rough day tomorrow. Yeah.
I've been chugging NyQuil this whole show just to try and get the same feelings. I sympathize with you.
I haven't gotten used to the time. I haven't gotten used to the time change yet. I keep posting stuff on Facebook. Like, I get up in the morning, look at, oh look, I'll put something cool on there, and nobody responds. I'm like, what the hell? Why was he responding? And I'm like, it's 5:30 in Boston, so yeah, it's not.
I told you not to leave the country on my birthday, Ken. This is what you get.
We had a party for you yesterday, Lloyd. I hope you know that. So yeah,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
All right. So let's see. Next up, we're on to round 2. And the first matchup of round 2 is Carrie Coughlin and Hallie Griffin. So Carrie, would you like to go first or second here?
I'll go second this time.
Okay. So back to Ken Green's question. This is the third question asked here. He asks, more badass Harrison Ford line in a movie? Is it, quote, "Get off my plane," or, quote, "I know"?
All right, I'm gonna go with "Get Off My Plane." Just in pure or removed from context, "Get Off My Plane" is so. You can say "I know" to literally anything. It doesn't have to be a declaration of love. It can be like, "Hey, you're running a few minutes behind." I know. But "Get Off My Plane" is so definitive. You're in a plane. You're some amount of miles in the air, or at least feet in the air. Get off my plane. You're about to kill somebody. I know. Maybe you're about to kill somebody. Maybe you're just agreeing to like a sandwich order or something. Like, "Hey, did you know they put onions in the tuna salad?" I know. It's fine. Get off my plane. I don't. Is that Air Force One? I never saw it. You know what I have seen? Working Girl.
You know what? Get off my plane. That I see where you're coming from, but you know who else says a sentence like that? Like, are really irritated stewardesses, or just rich people who have planes. Like, those are two people that I feel like. I mean, I respect the people who work on airplanes, but it's not a badass line. Like, I feel like I know Harrison Ford is such a maverick of acting gravitas that he's gonna, no matter what time he's saying it, it's going to be badass. The man grew up. He was a hardworking carpenter man, and has made his name in all of these movies. He wouldn't be the idol that we would be debating about today if he hadn't made such a name for himself as just this incredible actor who's going to say, every time he says "I know," you're going to be like, "Yeah, I know how great you are, Harrison Ford." Like, you'll echo it right back. Get off my plane, again, just sounds kind of irritated and
Clearly, you've never had to kick somebody out of a plane or anywhere. It is tough to do because they don't always want to go. Sometimes they go limp, so you have to like drag them out. Yeah, Harrison Ford, he's a cool guy and he makes the simple stupid line, "I know," he makes it sound cool. No, it sounds 10,000 times more cooler. Harrison Ford saying a cool line like "Get off my plane." Somebody's about to like go for a parachute ride without a parachute. What's it called? Skydiving. Skydiving by Harrison Ford's hand.
anybody can go skydiving.
He banged
Anybody.
Carrie Fisher. Time.
You know, I do love my fellow Carrie, and I think that relationship does bring just more strength to my point that no matter what he's going to say, it's going to be great, which granted includes "Get off my plane." But at the same time, it's still like a whatever line. Like, anybody can say "Get off my plane" in a cool way, but I know it's way more.
All right, lots of good points, and I couldn't decide. It's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose. So head into the link right below the video on YouTube where it says voting link. Just go in there and you can vote for Carrie or Hallie. And Hal, I know that people that are watching this on YouTube probably aren't aware, but like at the end of each of your debate, whenever you were talking at the end, you just dropped out of the Zoom meeting like it was a mic drop.
If I tilt my computer at exactly the wrong angle, it just shuts off and I have to like restart and join back in really, really fast.
Oh,
but
well.
No, I mean, yeah, I was mic dropping. Yeah, it was on.
I was like, I guess she feels like she got everything in that she needed to, and she's left the show entirely now. But yeah, you got back on before it was even time to talk again, so that's perfect. So while people are voting, let's hand it back over to Nick Martucci.
Okay, this is a clue I really love. Under frightening and intense scenes, skeletons are frightening.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Fuck, Raiders of the Lost Ark, yes.
You know
I'm
why?
s-
It's because of
Wow.
that terrifying fucking scene where he's like, oh, and you can see his skeleton.
See,
and
this
it
is why
scarred
you
me.
had to come back to the Zoom.
Yes. I watched that. My dad made me watch that when I was like 10 years old, and I almost like shit myself. And he was laughing the whole time. It was so funny that I was so scared. Yeah.
Well, since that went quickly,
Sorry.
let me just go through the other ones for fun. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, characters down several shots of liquor and become very drunk. Under sex and nudity, it is implied that a man had a sexual relationship with a woman when she was a minor, around 15 years old. That's something that's fun about Indiana Jones. Under profanity, the S word is said once in German. And under violence and gore, some Nazis' skin melts can be considered gory. Yeah,
Yeah.
great job, Hal.
Thank you. Sorry, I ruined it. I didn't mean to.
No, that was a flawless
God,
skeleton
that's
impression
so
that
far.
you did. You shouldn't apologize for that.
It was great. And the fun thing about this game is that even if you get it on the first one, Nick can still read all of the hints to us, and it's just as fun.
None of it matters. It's just it's an excuse to make fun of whoever has time for this.
All right, so the results are in, and our winner this round is Carrie Coughlin. So Carrie will be moving on to the last round tonight, to face off against one of these fellas, Ken Green and Vaden Jones. So, Ken, do you want to go first or second?
Oh man. Wow. I'll try second. Yeah. Because I'm fading. Yeah, it's wow. Look at the time. Oh my god.
Look at the time. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
it was fun.
Yeah, it's whew, boy.
So the question is from Nick Ortolani, and he wants to know better place to hide in Amish country or in a trash compactor.
It's definitely the Amish company, the Amish compound, because the trash compactor, if you don't read the street sign, and I assume that if you're sleeping in a trash compactor that you can't read, you don't know what days that trash is getting like moved, and you might just get crushed by a trash compactor if you can't figure out which days you need to sleep in it. What was the other option?
Amish country or the trash compactor?
Yeah, Yeah, like obviously I'd be okay in Amish country because I made me and my girlfriend, we made this belt. We didn't need anybody to do anything for us. So we can survive there pretty. Also, like I know how to churn my own butter. I got strong forearms.
Tap.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna have to say the trash compactor. I literally have to say the trash compactor. But yeah, the trash compactor, because I'm not gonna go to Amish. What do I look like going to Amish country? There's no, I'm not. I haven't seen one black Amish. If they're out there, I guess they are. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some secret black Amish community where, they wear, I don't know, big black, baseball caps or something like that, which actually was Chicago. But yeah, I'd rather be the trash compactor because I don't churn butter. I don't raise barns. I don't, I don't do anything. I like electricity. I like knowing what I'm doing. I like driving in a car. I don't like horses. Trash compactor. I can put something together to get out of that. And if I don't get out, what do I? It's that's the world we're living in now. The world is a trash compactor right now. So I'll just be at home. I'll be at home. All my crap is there. All the crap is there. I'll figure out something to do. I'll hang out with the other trash and stuff. But like Amish country, I don't know what deep.
Here's the thing about the Amish country. They're very religious, which means they're forgiving, at least to a certain degree. We've all heard stories. You know what's not forgiving? A trash compactor. it doesn't care what you've done. It's just gonna chew you up and put you into a little ball, and then you're sent off to a landfill where eventually somebody plays golf on top of you. That's just not the life you want to live. The life you want to live is humility.
Here's the thing. I don't like getting stared at when I'm in a bus station. I don't like getting stared at when I go to like out into the real world. That's what you know you do. Everybody does that. You see an Irish person at the bus station or in a store, everybody's looking at them like, I wonder what their life is like. And you know those kids don't want to be there. Those kids would rather be in a trash compactor, I'm pretty sure, than deal with that stuff. And I don't know a thee from a thou. So they still talk like that, right? Or is that just in the movies? I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna say they talk like that. I don't know a thee from a thou, or I don't quote Bible verse.
All right, a lot of good points here, but there's no way that I could choose a winner. So I'm gonna need you, the audience, to head in and vote for your winner tonight. So click on the link right below this video, right in the description on YouTube, and vote for either Vaden or Ken. And while people are voting, let's turn it back over to Nick Martucci.
Okay, let's do another one of these. Under Sex and Nudity, when a woman gets dressed after a shower, her breasts are out and fully visible for several seconds throughout.
Working girl.
Still not working, girl.
She vacuums topless in it.
That's true. We should watch Working Girl. Just all of us. Especially Sean, you still haven't seen Working Girl.
I haven't.
It's
Wait,
such
is
a
this
good
one?
movie.
Is this one A New Hope?
No, it's not A New Hope.
Okay, just checking.
Wait,
What lies
who
beneath?
showers in A New Hope?
Is it Blade Runner?
It is Blade Runner.
Oh,
Good job.
I'm 2 for 2.
Well done, Vaden. This is what I get for stalling.
This is why. See, this is why I have the belt.
Dick, it's the woman who has
Reigning
the snakes,
champion.
right? Isn't it the scene after the woman does the snake dance in Blade Runner?
Think
I
so.
don't think she showered there because she's just like working at this. Oh, maybe she does because
Yeah, and then she puts on the see-through plastic raincoat.
yeah, and he chases her and gets.
Oh,
yeah.
Daryl Hannah, you mean? Okay,
Yeah,
I got
no,
you. I was
it's
like,
not Daryl
okay.
Hannah. It's the other woman.
What's really
No?
funny is like I
okay.
didn't know the answer. I'm just really good at standardized tests.
You want me to go through the rest of these?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Balance and Gore, a woman straddles a man's neck in a fight and attempts to choke him with her thighs.
Oh,
She
that's
spins his
Daryl
head
Hannah.
around and slaps it multiple times, then lets him go. Under frightening and intense scenes, the film is very dark and depressing, and there's a growing sense of paranoia throughout.
Now that's Working Girl, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
No?
Under profanity, fucker is heard. In the final cut, this has been replaced by father. And under Sex and Nudity, a male human kisses his male replicant, his creation, can be uncomfortable since there's sort of a father-son relationship implied. Blade Runner.
nice. Blade Runner. Nice job. So the results are in from this matchup, and our winner is Vaden Jones. So Vaden is heading to the finals tonight, and
Oh
it will be Vaden Jones versus Carrie Coughlin. Vaden, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Second. Okay, so Carrie, your question is from Wayne Maston, and it is an important one. Would you rather eat eyeball soup or monkey brains?
I think I would rather eat monkey brains because there's a lot of important cultural things attached to monkey brains that and that make it such a such a delicacy that I feel like it must be at least kind of good. And even if it is served in a skull, you know, like that's just you're living in the moment. You're experiencing what you're experiencing, and I feel like I would get some sort of monkey strength, which I am in dire need of. Monkeys are very dexterous. They're very, very, very smart and athletic. I feel like we could all use stuff like that sometime. So, and I'm sure there's some important proteins in there. Eyeballs don't seem very substantial. I'm also not a fan of soup, so I think brains in general, um, they're gonna do it for me. I think that's all I have to say about this. So, time.
Well, allow me to educate you on everything that you just said was wrong. Eyeballs actually contain more protein than any other part of the body per capita of volume. So it's actually the most healthy part of the body to eat. Also, I'm pretty sure eating monkey brain, isn't that how we got COVID? So what you want to do is continue to get like mad monkey brain disease. So you're not even helping. Like eyeball soup. Let me tell you, I've had both. Despite appearances, I'm actually well traveled. I've had monkey brain and I've had eyeball soup. Eyeball soup. It's a little garlicky, but it's definitely better. Time.
As much as I love the mansplanation of nutritional parts of the body, I do appreciate your use of per capita in the most literal way we could possibly use it. All right, good had to get the compliments out of the way before I say that I for one think that oh geez, I have a real fight back against this. Eyeballs, again, I would love to see your citation of where they have the most protein.
I mean, after the debate, I can send you the article that says literally between the retina and the cornea, there's just this big pocket of protein. You don't have to believe that right now, but I'll send you an article. It doesn't matter. It's a matter of taste. And again, as the only person in this debate who has had both, eyeball is better. And again, it's just garlic.
All right, a lot of good points here. But there's no way that I can choose a winner on my own, so I need you to go into the Pick a Side Stupid poll and vote for your winner, whether you think that it's Vaden or Carrie. Go in there now, right below the video on YouTube in the description, and just click on where it says voting link, and then you can vote. Also, I do like how Carrie was just like, soup, ugh. Like the other part of it was fine. The eyeballs, she's like, but just bring eyeballs to me dry. Like, don't even put Visine on them. I just want, nothing else, maybe mustard. Okay. While we're waiting for people to vote, let's head on over, hand it to Nick Bartucci for some more of our quiz show tonight.
Cool. Before I do that, you're saying you want dry eyeballs or Visine eyeballs? Because it's very clearly clear wet eyes with Visine. All right.
Yes,
I think it's all about preparation, frankly. So as long as it's not a soup.
Okay. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a scene involves characters drinking and or smoking. No drugs are taken. Under violence and gore, very mild action. A spaceship gets shot at while flying. A character trips over his own gun and falls off a balcony, etc.
Return of the Jedi?
Not Return of the Jedi.
Fuck.
Star Wars: A New Hope?
Not A New Hope.
The other one?
Not the other one either. Okay.
6 days, 7 nights.
Not 6 days, 7 nights.
Must be Working Girl.
Working
It's
Girl.
Working Girl.
It's Working Girl. It had to be Working Girl.
Okay. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Several of the actors and actresses are visibly intoxicated out of character during the film.
Baseballs?
Not Spaceballs.
Wow. No idea.
Okay, one of my favorite things anybody has written under frightening and intense scenes. While not deliberately frightening, the film's incompetent quality gives it a fever dream-esque atmosphere that may unsettle children.
The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Not the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
This one is A New Hope.
Oh no,
Not
it's
a-
American Graffiti.
Not American.
Oh,
Apocalypse
Regarding
Now.
Henry.
Apocalypse Now.
What do you
Apocalypse.
think,
Apocalypse Now.
Ken? No. That's
No?
a good guess, though. Fuck.
Yeah.
Godfather.
All right. Under sex and nudity, a character uses virtual reality type device that shows a woman who says things such as "I am your pleasure" and "Oh yes," in an orgasmic tone towards him. The man who gives the device to this character describes it as "wow" with an awkward hand motion. The woman,
Matrix.
however, what?
The Matrix.
Not the Matrix. The woman,
Wait,
however,
is this Blade Runner 2024?
not Blade Runner 2024.
2049.
2049.
Not that one either.
He
Whatever
directed.
it is. I don't know numbers.
Nobody has this one.
Is
What
it
if I
some-
said that a Wookiee uses a virtual reality type device?
Oh, Christmas special.
It's the Star Wars in
Star
which
Wars
Chewbacca's uncle uses a virtual reality type to watch a human woman sexually seduce him.
I know Chewbacca. I don't know.
Amazing movie.
I should have gotten that when you said the characters are visibly intoxicated out of character. I should have gotten that.
Uh-huh. The thing I cut out of that one is notably Carrie Fisher.
She said she doesn't remember making the Christmas special. It's really funny.
It
Well, you
is-
know, the only reason Carrie Fisher got her roles is because she was Debbie Reynolds' daughter.
No? What's your point? What's your point, Wayne?
Not a point.
Well,
Okay.
the only reason Harrison Ford got his job is he was Henry Ford's
how
grandson.
dare
I don't
you
know. I don't know. He's related to Henry Ford, I'm guessing. I don't know.
One of the things I love on his
Okay.
IMDb page is that they emphasize how average he was. They're like, C student, not super athletic. Like, just roast him. And then they're like,
I'd just like to know why we got no love for Jack Ryan. I mean, you've got James Earl Jones, Darth Vader voice, playing in that too. How come there was no discussion of Jack Ryan in the Tom Clancy novels?
Because ACAB, Wayne.
I'm sorry, Senator, I have no recollection.
Did you know right before doing the Christmas special, Mark Hamill was in a really bad car accident and he had to get plastic surgery? So he was like zonked out on painkillers the whole time too. It was
Oh.
just a giant mess.
I think Mark Hamill's best appearance was in The Muppet Show.
That is a good one. Is that, what is that, Space Boar? Space Pigs?
No, he does Pigs in Space
Pigs in Space.
as a walk-on.
All right. The results are in. And our winner tonight is, it's a tie. It's an exact tie between Vaden and Carrie. And I think that we should leave it that way, but also that we should all acknowledge Lloyd as our champion tonight, as it's his birthday. So
I won't take the belt away from him because it's his birthday.
hmm.
But also, excellent competition. I'm willing to share this belt with my co-winner tonight.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
I'm a gracious champion.
Are you gonna cut it in half or like send it? She gets it 2 weeks. You get it 2 weeks.
I mean, I'll just find more garbage and make another one.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, great. Hopefully by the end of the year, everybody will have a garbage belt.
I kind of want one.
I think you just found a way for me to get out of the recession.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Well, nice job tonight. And thanks everybody for hanging out and debating Harrison Ford with us. And thanks to everybody that was watching and commenting on YouTube. And we'll be back next week with a whole new topic. And I don't know what it is yet because we haven't decided on next week's topic yet. So probably this week or this weekend, I'll ask for some suggestions for topics for the rest of March. So if you have anything,
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. Yeah. Let us just post it tomorrow and I'm going to go through
Mark
all of them.
Hamill. Mark Hamill would be a good one because he spans so many fans. I'm going to stop. Sorry.
All right. Chewbacca. That's obviously a good one. So thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Pick a side, yeah. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid. Pick a side, just pick a side, stupid.